Oh, fuck, I'm recording it vertically. Oh, whatever. You can live with that, can't you, Larry? Is there any end to this, by the way? Is this just the rest of the chapter? Roy came wearing a blue shirt, black shorts, and pale blue slippers. I'm holding the device up to my mouth. I feel like I'm fucking Agent Cooper, you know. Diane, Twin Peaks is coming back in like about 2 weeks. It's premiering at the Cannes Film Festival, along with Todd Haynes' Wonderstruck, Yorgos Lanthimos' The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and Sofia Coppola's The Beguiled. Sofia Coppola, probably the best director of her generation. Hopefully, they will all be great. Michael Haneke's got something lined up as well. Roy came wearing a blue shirt, black shorts, and pale blue slippers. The red-haired swordsman found the glass ready in the microwave, and he grabbed it, and you know what he did after. "Oh, time for more rest," he said to himself with a little smile before walking away to his room to sleep. Of course he returned the glass in the microwave. "This is just stupid," Falco thought furiously inside his mind. After repeating the entire process again, he went to the bathroom again. This time 2 persons came. It was Lucario holding Chris in his arms. Somehow, Chris had enough energy to change clothes before falling unconscious in the bed. He asked Lucario if he could take him to drink something in the kitchen. Obviously, Lucario agreed, and he took him with him. "Let's see," Lucario said, looking around the kitchen. Fortunately, he found a glass of warm milk ready in the microwave. So he grabbed the glass and gave it to Chris, who started to drink it slowly. Thank you, Chris replied before falling asleep. A small smile formed in Lucario's face, and he placed back the glass in the machine. Then he walked away with his sleeping trainer. Falco came again, cursed a lot again, more curses for finding his glass empty again, pouring more milk inside... Falco came again, cursed a lot again, more curses for finding his glass empty again, pouring more milk inside again, setting the timer again, feeling the same sensation again, and running away again. Pikachu walked inside the kitchen with a glass. At this point, Falco's probably like shitting up stomach acid, you know? I mean, it's like I don't like 4chan very much, but I have visited it occasionally. I don't want to sound like an SJW cuck, but I really going there is just making yourself open to just absolute bile and just general racism and homophobia and sexism from a group of people who consider themselves underprivileged but are really anything but. But I have been there occasionally, more times than I would like to admit, to be perfectly honest. And I saw someone take a there is some quite funny material on there, and I saw someone I think it was on fucking Reddit, which I also don't like to admit to having visited, but there you go. Although I do it in the very first episode of this show, I confess to having used it, so there you go. Yeah, I saw someone posting something out from 4chan. It was the story about this guy who ate like a whole jar of pickles, but like just dozens and dozens of pickles, and he just had the most disgusting, just continuous stream of diarrhea, and at the end of it, he literally shat stomach acid, and he would he like set his erection, just practically, no, not on fire, but it felt like it was burning. And he goes into the shower and he pours the water on himself, and he's just crying, and he sleeps for like 13 hours or something. I don't know. I just remember finding that hilariously in a sort of Schadenfreude sort of way, if that's how you pronounce that word. I don't know, I've only ever seen it written down. Okay, Falco came again, cursed a lot again, more curses for finding his glass empty again, pouring more milk inside again, setting the timer again, feeling the same sensation again, and running away again. Pikachu walked inside the kitchen with a glass already in his hand for Pichu. He found the glass ready, and he poured the milk inside his glass, and he walked away with half-opened eyes while yawning. Ellipsis. Falco was left speechless. Something weird was happening to him in this night. He couldn't know what it was, but then an idea came to his mind, and he smirked. He didn't do anything except for walking away to the bathroom. 1 minute later, when Falco returned, he was angry for the fact that the effect has worn off so he could rest secured for now. But his plan worked, and he found a glass of warm milk ready in the microwave. After drinking his content, he was able to walk away to his room with a smile of victory in his face. Ellipsis. Oh, I see. The tables have been turned. Ellipsis. Master Hand found his glass of milk empty. However... Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. The next morning, finally, it's fucking over. Great. Okay. I'm glad, AuraChannelerChris, you felt the need to expose me to such an endless cascade of just unbearable nonsense and drivel, and I'm just so happy that you were able to write the story that you always wanted to, and that you got to spend the majority of the 40th chapter of this 220-page clusterfuck discussing a bird's egestory habits. I think that deserves a round of applause, frankly. The next morning, all the Smashers were eating breakfast in the kitchen in their sleeping clothes, but Pichu was receiving help from Pikachu, since his injuries were still hurting him. Everyone else was fully recovered from the previous mission. "Say, this breakfast, it's too good," Jigglypuff said, eating her breakfast. "I agree. I've never thought something like this could exist," Chris said. Lucario was happy to see Chris with his usual energy from every day back to him. "What about you, Lucario?" "I agree too," he said, eating. Surprisingly, even Mewtwo decided to eat the breakfast with the others, and he thought it was not so bad after the first bite. "Wow, I don't know why I'm feeling something heating up inside my stomach. My stomach," Popo said, touching his stomach. Ding, 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 ding. A little sound was heard inside the mansion. It was an announcement from Master Hand. "Good morning, everybody. Today is a beautiful morning to start our missions, isn't?" he said, excited. I love how AuraChannelerChris says, so-and-so isn't? Like it's a question. Never change, AuraChannelerChris. Although I know for a fact that you did, because you rewrote the earlier chapters, and that's why they were better. Although he hasn't... let me just check that. I believe he hasn't... the last one he updated was October 2016, and that was chapter 6, I think. So, yeah. No, it was one of the chapters. Whatever. So, yeah. We'll... yeah, I wonder what's going to happen if he continues to update. And I've speculated about this in the past, but I wonder what's going to happen if he keeps updating and he overtakes me. Yeah, like I say, it'll just have to be full reading of the Subspace Emissary's World's Conquest in its current guise, as it were. Good morning, everybody. Today is a beautiful morning to start our missions, isn't? He said, excited in his office. Anyway, today we have another upgrade to the system. Now you can watch the worlds from the kitchen while doing your business. The virtual screen, presumably he means making food and whatnot. The virtual screen is going to be shown in the middle of the table. So if you want to see a world, use the remote control near the table. That's all for today. See you in the command room. And don't forget to visit my shop, Chris. Crazy Hand's voice boomed in the speaker, causing everyone to block their ears. Crazy! Master Hand yelled annoyed, and the announcement ended. A remote control appeared near Pichu, and he grabbed it, and turned on the virtual screen to show the current status of the worlds. Hey, Slippy, have you sent the reflectors and blasters Fox ordered to you? Peppy asked. Sure did. Right now, I'm trying to deactivate this, Slippy said, trying to deactivate something. What? No! Slippy, don't! Peppy was interrupted because Slippy was trying to deactivate the most dangerous item of the Star Fox team, a smart bomb, who exploded after cutting down the red wire. The blue wire was the correct one. See, if they just did that with the fucking Subspace bomb, but cutting the blue wire as opposed to the red wire, of course, it all would have been so much better. Is it going to be alright? Nana asked. No, from the sounds of it, if they got fucking blown up, they're not. Usually, Slippy is always trying to deactivate those bombs every day, but the result is always the same as this one. Don't worry about that. As this one? Don't worry about that, Falco explained. Pichu changed the channel to another world. Prince Pooh, how is your training going today? Oh, I remember this guy. Fucking Pooh, yeah, the Sean Connery accent. A monk asked to a kid with karate clothes and with a little string of black hair in his head. Ellipsis. Pooh didn't reply. Oh, I don't get to do the voice! Fuck's... Oh, no, I do, actually, because he speaks in a moment. Good, okay. Ellipsis. Pooh didn't reply. Oh, I see. You don't want interruptions now. Pardon my behaviour, the monk said before leaving. Ness, we were almost done with your training to cast PK Starstorm, but you left before teaching the last thing. But even so, I wish you good luck in your adventure, Pooh thought in his mind before returning to his meditation. Yeah, it's Sean Connery and Bane, that was the mixture. Or perhaps he's wondering why somebody would cast PK Starstorm before throwing him out of an aeroplane. Pooh thought in his mind before returning to his meditation, at least you can talk! Why, I'm thinking I forgot something very important to do with Pooh, Ness asked to himself. Then Pichu changed the channel again. The channel showed Maylene kicking an Aura Sphere from her Lucario. But something was weird with her Aura Pokemon. Lucario, call me crazy, but I think something is wrong with Maylene, Chris said. Lucario probably lost his match against Paul. I can feel anger coming from his attack, Lucario stated. Just then, a group of young travelers came into the scene and... Give me that control! Pichu took quickly the control from Pichu and he changed the channel to another world. The electric mouse Pokemon sighed in relief and he returned the control to a very confused Pichu. Weren't they Ash, Dawn, and Brock? Chris asked, confused. Pikachu nodded. The screen shows the Tower of the Gods rising from the water, but Toon Link wasn't there. Where is Toon Link? Chris asked. Just then, Toon Link came from nowhere and he crashed into the wall and fell to the sea. Oh wait, I remember that scene. He chuckled to himself. Pichu changed the channel again. Louie, stop sleeping in the cockpit. You're going to stay behind without doing absolutely nothing. Olimar complained to another guy like him, but he was a little tall. His gloves and the antenna on his helmet were blue instead of red like Olimar's. Huh? We're already here? Louis said, awakening from his slumber. Then he got out of the ship. The ship was very different this time, but he fell to the ground, and Olimar frowned to himself. Oh shit, I've recorded this for 14 minutes, I didn't even realise. Sorry, but I'm just going to stop here actually. It's getting on a bit.